this is David Best with Primary Tackle and Mid-South Bass Fishing. We wanted to talk to you about some of the primary basics to rods and reels today. We will go through the three different kinds. There's three really standard kinds of rods and reels. First off, we have like a regular spin casting reel. You know, this is what most of us really kind of started on. It's just a push button, reel it in, nothing to it. It's a really basic kind of rod and reel, but it's an easy one to cast. You don't backlash, you don't have spider webbing. So for a beginner, this is a great starting point. Downside to these is there's not a whole lot of difference in reel retrieve ratios, and they're not very customizable. You know, the next thing that most of us graduate up to is a spinning rod and reel. You know, these are one of the most versatile, one of the most reliable drag systems. You can throw lighter lures with them. They have a lot of different uses within your bass boat or within your kayak. And the third one, of course, is a good old bait caster. This is kind of the standard. Really great for heavier duty stuff. Really good with being able to be more accurate with your casting, and really helps with trying to, you know, be able to be more accurate with your rods and your reels. This is what most people have as their standard in the boat. You know, there's a couple of different things about these rods and reels and where to use them and how to use them that we want to kind of go through today. Rod length is always an important consideration, as well as what type of lure you're trying to present. You know, with a spinning rod, what's great about these, like I said, you can cast a lot of small baits, you know, something like a little Ned rig style stuff, small jigs, shaky heads, small worms, all those kinds of things. But what they do for you is they hold line better than a lot of other reels will, as far as being able to allow it to come off of the spool. That's why you can cast a lighter lure with it. So this is really our choice when we're trying to drop shot or do any kind of finesse technique. The other really good thing that it does is they have very smooth drag systems. So, you know, in light line applications, you're going to have a reel that the line can come off a whole lot easier. You're a lot less likely, and you are a lot less likely to break your line. So, you know, those river systems for fishing for smallmouth, lakes, clear lakes with really small line applications, that's a great tool. Rod lengths on those, you know, it varies anywhere from a 6.5 to 7.5 is usually what most people use in those rods and reels. So, and it just varies on whether you're trying to get distance, whether you need leverage, and rod length. You know, one of those considerations is always the leverage factor. If you're straight up and down, you know, drop shotting, those kind of things, a 6.5 to a 6.9 rod is a good choice. If you're casting a far distance out there with, say, a finesse type bait, and you're going to need to take up a whole lot of slack, that's where you're going to want those longer rods, those 7.5, so on and so forth. Most people fish these with either a braided line or a fluorocarbon. You can also fish them with a mono, but braided line, the beauty of it with a spinning reel is you don't get that spider webbing and stuff that you'll get with fluorocarbon and some of the memory sensitive lines. And then you just tie you on a fluorocarbon leader if you want that clear line.